This meeting is being recorded.
All right, let me get out of here. All right, so without the music, you're coming from a long distance. If you can, move back from the camera and very slowly come forward doing that during this. So you should begin well back if you can from the camera, and if not, simulate that with slowness. Okay, if you would, just dance yourself forward slowly. You've taken this chance. You are leaving your home. You're going to a different place in order to change your life, in order to achieve a nonviolent, a peaceful life. Good. And you can look backward. You can look back at what you're leaving. This is not easy. And it's completely individual. You're alone doing this. You don't have a movement or a group. And still you're continuing. Nice. You can play with your finger lights. And Barbara, if it turns out that you're able to dance with us, I'll get them down to you this week. Good. Good. And at a certain point here, I will start spotlighting you guys. So that your singleness can be seen. Use your breath and use your whole body. And you're coming forward into the unknown. Good. Marlena, you need to change your position so your head isn't cut off. Good. Good. Okay. And at a particular point, I'll stop spotlighting and you'll be dancing together. And that will give you a cue that it's not far until the music changes and you do the final gesture, the lotus gesture. So right now, move yourself into the beginning of that where your hands meet in front of your heart. The heels of your hands join. The thumb and finger meet, little finger, and you spread into a lotus, which you can bring forward into the camera. Yeah. Yeah, only it's not the gesture of giving, it's the gesture of opening, so it goes vertically. Yes, Ed, that's it. And then you could move that into the Namaste mudra. No, that's the hands together at the heart level.
Okay.
Yeah. The God in me bows to the God in you. Okay? Okay. I know this is weird without the music, but I don't know what else to do with this situation right now. And I want you to get the shape of this, and then we'll do it with the music. Any questions? I gotta tell you something, by the way. I can't edit individuals out. I got 3 different emails from 3 different people saying, you know, if I do something funny on the video, just edit me out. That would be really nice. I would be the greatest editor in the world if I could take a Zoom screen and edit one person out of it. I can't. The closest we can come to that is a special effect called spotlighting, where you cut off part of it and keep only part. And it's not something I want to use much. So if you suddenly decide to scratch your posterior, that means I can't use that video. Okay, I can't eliminate you from a group video. It doesn't work on Zoom or anywhere else either. I hope that's clear. So we have had that happen once or twice in the past, no more than that. Be aware that whatever you do on camera is affecting everybody else around you, that we won't be able to use any material if you just suddenly stop and decide to scratch or do something else that shouldn't be in the picture. Okay? All right, so the sequence,
Marilyn, what's the Namaste mudra you were talking about?
it's, wait a minute, let me turn my video back up. Oh, come on. Yeah, you can see it all around you.
Okay.
Why am I not back? Right now I am. It's this. It's the simple, it goes in front of your heart. I can't get my screen to tilt quite that way. It's the gesture which is used almost always at the beginning and end of yoga classes. And as a greeting, it's an acknowledgement of the divine in each person. And no matter what other aspects that person has, the divine in you can greet the divine in that person. Any other things that need to be clarified? Okay, now I'm going to play the music. And again, this is what we're doing. You're dancing forward. You're using blue light. You're alone, leaving a bad situation to get to a nonviolent, peaceful situation. Perhaps looking backwards at some points. At one point in here, after you've danced for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, I'll start spotlighting individuals so that when I edit this together, I have a lot of single people making their journey. And then when I bring you all back together, you'll dance together. And when I give you a signal and I will say end, that's when you start to go into the lotus gesture and the namaste. Okay, I will give you 2 verbal cues in it. I'm not going to leave you just alone, but I don't want to talk much for fear that when the music's playing, it's going to turn into a crackling mess and drive you crazy. Okay, let me get out of here again. All right. Here we go. Turn your microphones off, please. Pat, can you turn yours off? And Trisha, can you turn yours off? And Mariko, can you turn yours off?
Mine was off, Marilyn.
It said it was on in the participants list. It still says it's on. Let me, there we go. Okay, I think, Nancy, you need to turn yours off as well. You need to turn off the microphone.
Oh.
But keep the video. You kept the microphone and turned off the video.
I'm trying to do that.
Yeah. There, I muted you. There we go. Okay, we're good. Okay, hold on. I didn't give you the final cue because I was trying to work with the spotlight thing. I think instead of the spotlight, when we do the recording, I will simply record you all separately and then edit it together because there's too much lapse time in between. Let me let Nancy back in. It started off not deeply invested and it ended up quite well invested. What I need from you is what you were doing toward the middle of this, and that's full body investment, even if you're only showing from the waist up. Use your whole body all the time. It makes a tremendous difference in terms of this. Your use of light got very nice. It got very nice. I'd like to try that again. I'm not going to do the spotlighting this time. We're just going to dance it through. But I'd like to see again what you're doing. You can't suddenly stop because you're going to completely louse it up for everybody. So make a commitment to dance it through, right?
I'm just wondering, you have I saw the host would like to unmute you sign. Was that, I thought that might be to indicate the lotus, or was that just
No,
unexpected?
I didn't give you that cue. That was, I don't know what that was doing, but it didn't come from me.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Okay, yeah. This time I'm going to take you through it, but I'm going to try speaking a couple of cues and you see if it will come through, because that would sure be easier. Right? Okay, again, you're starting alone from a situation that is not ahimsa, that is violent, turbulent, and not conducive to nourishing you. And you're going into the unknown to try to find alone the opposite of this, to find a peaceful life in which you can live in connection with others. Here we go. So you're coming forward. Much better. Good. Use your light. Right about here, I'll be going to single dances. Just keep dancing. Just keep exploring this. You're the pioneers. You're the peace seekers on their own. It's much stronger. Good. Remember, you don't have to be face on to the camera all the time. You turn your body. On the final video, I'll start bringing you back together at this point. Good. No, you're not ready for the final gesture yet, guys. Now you can start to work toward the lotus. Please go to your heart and open the lotus. Okay, let's try that last part one more time. Were you able to hear me at all?
Mhm.
Oh, the gods are smiling. Okay, starting.
We're very clear and not one breakup, Marilyn, not one. That's really good when you can do that.
It really is. And you know, we did it for 2.5 years before this.
I know, and it's so much help. It's very prayerful when you intercede like that. I don't know. It just it's very
well. It also means you can concentrate on being what you're dancing, and you don't have to think about the cues. Given the small amount of time we have, that's really important. Okay, I'm going to start it at the beginning of working toward the final gesture. And make your lotus and then let it open. Let's see how that works. Ready? Okay, the lotus needs to open in front of your heart. The heels of your hands stay in contact. Your little finger and your thumb, the end segments, stay in contact. And the rest of your fingers are the opened flower. Any questions about that? Let's try that again. Now, okay, take it at the beginning. Wait a minute, let me get on here. Okay, when you hear the music start for this, it's a very distinctive start. What happens is your hands come up, the heels of your hands are together. You join your top thumb segment and your top finger segment. And as you breathe, you open it up. And you hold it. It opens the heart chakra. Yeah, good. Try it with the music again. You have about 15 seconds for the whole thing. It's going to start in 1 second. Now, your hands should be together. Yeah, some of you are waiting too long. As soon as that section starts, your heels of your hands need to be together. And then you use the time you have after that to open it. One more time. Heels of your hands are together. You feel that? Yeah. I need you to have that feeling inside your heart so that you feel how long it takes to open up the chakra. Okay. And you don't have to press the whole thumb or the whole little finger together, just the ends.
Oh.
That gives you a lot more opening and closing movement. Okay, let's do it from the beginning and I will talk you through. Ready? Let me get out. Your journey begins. Taking a tremendous risk of 4 months. Coming alone. Let your whole body move. Yeah. Jane, be careful that you don't move away from the camera. About now, I'll start using individual dances, but you'll all just continue for tonight. Imagine the peace you hope for. Good. Use your breath. to the unknown and the dream. Good. About now, I will be showing all of you instead of one person at a time, and that will be your signal to get ready for the final gesture, which will start now. Heels of your hands are together at your heart. Open the lotus. Yeah. Okay. Questions? Any problems or questions? Okay, that's a really good start. That's where we'll be going. And a lot of it I can do for you by videoing you separately and then putting it together, because this is about separation. This is about people with the courage to do this all on their own without support. Okay. The second one is a huge jump. The second section, Gandhi. I'm going to ask Dane to dance Gandhi, and you're going to dance it alone at the beginning, and then the others will come to you. Because the point of this one is that Gandhi didn't just escape oppression and hope for peace. He changed what was around him. And he changed it by a nonviolent method that his philosophy was, it's not about what you achieve, it's about how you achieve it. The end doesn't justify the means. There's no breaking eggs to make an omelet. And nations are held to the same moral standard as individuals. So with that, instead of avoiding humiliation, condemnation, and violence even, they courted it. They went ahead and said, this is what you are, look at yourself. They fasted, they sat down and refused to move. They did all sorts of things that changed the world around them without an act of violence. And for the rest of us, this is the example for the world. So they came to Gandhi as a leader. And I want that to be very clear. So for the first minute, it will be just Gandhi dancing alone on one screen. And then gradually you guys will come in, you will turn your cameras on and become a part of the movement. And the things you're dancing here are integrity, courage, and an incredible restraint, not to hit back when you are hit. Questions about this? Okay, so please everybody turn your camera off except Dane to start this, and I'll talk you through it.
Are we using any lights for this, Marilyn?
Yes, oh, I'm so sorry. You're using blue and red. So you're making purple. That will take a minute of fooling around because, sorry, I forgot, not everybody was here on Friday. If you have both red and blue, you can direct it against you, against the camera, against the wall behind you to create violet. And that's the color for Gandhi. You guys might want to all turn your cameras back on, I'm sorry, so that you can see what you're creating. There it goes. That's it. Yes, Megan. Yeah. So they can be on one hand or they can be on both hands, but you need to find a way to direct them so that you get a merge, which will constantly change. It'll be reddish violet and blue violet and so on. That's it. You've got it, Ed. Yes. Jennifer, do you have red and blue lights on? Ah, they're coming through differently from that. There you go. There it is. Yep. This is something you might want to play with a bit on your own to create the purple. And we'll do more on that next time. I'm just watching the clock tonight. Could everybody but Dane turn your camera off? And I'll cue you back on when the time comes. Okay, here we go. Nancy, you've got to turn your camera off, please. Thank you. No, turn it off. There you go.
I turn it off, but it doesn't stay off. Okay.
Okay, good. Hey, Marlena, turn your camera on. Jennifer, turn your camera on. You're following him. Megan, turn your camera on. You're taking incredible abuse without lifting a hand back. Sheila, turn your camera on. Tricia, turn your camera on. Ed, turn your camera on. Barbara, turn your camera on. Mary, if you can, turn your camera on. So you're all following him. You're following him into incredibly difficult situations. You're moving together. Thousands of you march to the sea to get salt, to separate yourself from the oppressive economy the British put on India. And you're succeeding. Without raising a hand, you're changing the world around you completely. Achieving independence, freedom. And now you're going to go into the final gesture. Your palms are coming together, the heels of your hands are coming together. Your fingers are touching. And you open your lotus. Yep. Questions about that? Okay. That worked. We'll have to work on how to turn the cameras on without interrupting, but if necessary, I can edit that. We've done it before and worked it. Could we go through that one more time? It's 5 minutes and we have about 5 minutes. You guys okay to do it one more time? Okay, so everybody's camera is off except Dane's. And let me get queued back up. Okay, here we go. This is the end of the previous one. Now. Hey, Barbara, join you. Turn your camera on. Barbara, turn your camera on. Ed, turn your camera on. Good. Jennifer, you join them. Mary, join them. Marlene, join them. Megan, join them. Sheila, join them. Tricia, join them. Fasting with Gandhi, you're sitting in civil disobedience with Gandhi, you're marching to the sea 250 miles away, and the world is changing. Okay, you can hear it slowing down. It's getting toward your final gesture. When you hear that solo cello, your palms go together. Your little finger and thumb touch. And your heart opens. Yes. Okay, guys, well done. I'm sorry it's so bumpy technically tonight, but we did it. And I think it's going to shape well. We're only going to work on these two pieces this week. So if you come on Friday, we will be continuing work on these two. Next week, we'll spend both times working on the last two, and then we'll do the whole thing together over and do the video on the last day of February. Where am I? Let me come back. Yeah.
Marilyn, your voice did not break up during that at all.
Oh, pray. Pray that we can keep this going for another month. Yeah, that was really very worrying last time. I spent most of the ensuing time calling everybody I could think of, going, what makes this happen and how can we fix it? Well, prayer might help a lot. Okay. Mariko, is there anything you would like to add at this point?
Hi, everybody. So nice to
Hello.
see you. How are you? I'm so honored to be here and to be able to dance with everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It looks beautiful. Beautiful.
So, guys, you know, Marika will be dancing in light in the center of this situation. We're going to have the two big screens flanking the altar at St. Paul's, and then the main part that we used for humankind will be used for Mariko's dance. And we hope that there will be laser lights crisscrossing above you during the Gandhi thing, showing the joining together of the energy and the forces. It should really be beautiful. You guys,
right? Yeah. The first part is the immigrants coming 1905 coming to Ellis Island. They don't have leader like Gandhi, but the Gandhi section you have the leader. That's the huge difference.
Yeah. So on the first one, people will come on both screens. On the second one, Gandhi will dance alone on one screen, and then gradually the rest of you will join him, this group, and there's an even larger group that came on Tuesday. So we'll be able to fill the screens with people joining him. And I think that will work very well. Dane, you don't mind dancing Gandhi? I did that without any warning, sorry. But I thought you would really be a good Gandhi.
Well, I'll have to work on that a little bit more. I wasn't really expecting to do that.
No, I know. I saw you come in and I thought that's what we'll do. I can also send you some major points I'd like to have stressed in terms of what Gandhi did. But I think I have read up on him for my whole life.
But we could feel you, Dane.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your body does it well. It's really excellent. Okay, please play around with the purple lights, creating purple light. because we don't have enough time for me to play with you for it. Bye, Barbara. Anybody else have anything you'd like to add or ask or?
I just find it strange because I was there on Tuesday and I could get the purple, and I don't think I did anything different tonight, but I couldn't get the purple. So even though
Yeah,
you think you've got it, and then it doesn't, so.
We still have 2 weeks to play with it, and it's going to be a surprise even as we record it. Because there are a lot of conditions, whatever is happening with the light in your room, how the signal is coming through. I know that someone was doing it from the camera and it was a different effect than it was on Tuesday. That's just something that we have to play with, but you're all breaking into some really beautiful purple light, and that's really what we want here. And it will change. And it will be different from one person to the other, and that's fine. Yeah. It's also kind of fun when you start playing with it. It's like art. I can't thank you enough for being patient during all this technical crap we've been going through and keeping the spirit of the piece going in spite of all the pauses and alarms. That's nice, Jennifer. Yeah. Thank you.
Sometimes I
We're just grateful you make these things happen, Marilyn. Thank you.
Oh, please. I think we could make anything happen. Marlene, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say, sometimes I wonder when they ask us to update the Zoom section, I'm always reluctant to update because I never know what's going to happen. And I'm beginning to, sometimes I wonder if the updates are not as good. Something happens, I don't know.
Yeah, my experience has been that the updates make it much better, but I don't trust any of it. We are the pioneers, by the way. This is, nobody's ever used this kind of platform the way we've used it since the pandemic. So we're going to fall into all the pits as well as having all the heights. It looks beautiful. It's going to really be beautiful when we get this finished. It will be inspiring because no matter what is going on around you, you guys are really excellent at keeping the message in your heart. And when you do that, it reads, no matter whether it's on a screen or live or whatever, it reads well. So thank you so much. I don't want to keep you any longer. I know we're over already. And I love you dearly. And I'll see those of you who can make it at the next one on Friday. And the others I'll see next week. Okay. If you need anything from me, just drop me an email.
I'll see you Tuesday, Marilyn.
Thank you.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
sweetie. Good luck with your computer.
Well, yeah, I'm hoping to have a better picture.
They're always difficult when you change computers.
Oh, yeah, it is. I've used it once and it was fine, but we'll see.
I'm convinced something lives in them.
I think you're right.
Take care. Mariko, how did it go with Brooklyn?
So I found out my students are actually taking the class, and I thought they were making music, but that was therapeutic class. So, and then I'm glad that I met the teacher and I spoke with him. So he doesn't want perform